registration also ne ho nsensem mo ya na otwe wie na video bi e corrans ya say soldier for sinkofo kwan say omo masa nkofo no nkotwere omo den na soldier for nso ayi ano a chechirem de ba e pote NDC shebo MPP so shebi Ampenda da JDM say Nyame ya na dom na so san ba bioma assembly man for the unit committee for no Mompatamu Bef and Def registration no ya be shamonsa ni nyina ka ho MPP so say mo 4 more to do more COVID-19 agragro as one more Gasha say 2 agragro as yenko make us say you do 37,014 positive cases of COVID-19 in Ghana. But man penisa ya active cases. Ninti say there no ya some there. Active cases and now you can say 3,467 active cases. Last week, na Professor Osafu Ebisa say management team COVID-19 management team no. And we be here see be who see our psychologist was so na say bi ni so. Ya ko checks. Na many the honorable minister for information Honorable Kojo Opon Kroma Kasai. I say psychologist e was a committee no so. And some way on common ya baba nano pay MTN everywhere you go APC akina farmer e dia badwa so mo na ma ya hoden sa no pay yemfa Kokrokoo dwumadie emrel seram dika kan lawyer ejapa mesa e wa se emra hye badwani was secondy and afi Professor Joseph Osafo, head of psychology department University of Ghana was on your software papa nibi enye software hwemachima me nibia we the software papa nibia brother Majen
ne bein
abo me
adomara kwa za chen wazo ze
nyame adom me so me ho ye pa
enimi ye bon sisi ya na wa uplift my spirit
sao
then anepe minchie wetifo mchia nkanka wetifo wotin wo sepni na anepe mini brother so hini ne o TV3 na ne tin sama wakaka na ayara ho oya sefim some batsina studio here abomoyi and with we so excellence the president no more than akomada papa papa now I uplift my spirit Sunday akon bi ado asam papa na yabati jamin chade inde yenu no from walk control one so starting there na eneda mana more in transit from Sekuni na mubodo enyibri na menye mo kafu yedi nkomo ana ose mininde sana Ghana ena mbazamba ye boy president na mbazamba nkofo refed na anapano na oti Bishop David Oedipo ne live Sunday service from Nigeria. Nje ekede time president who decided to boy school ma yam from wako ake revision.
Aba.
At the time no na Nigeria for so contemplate.
What shall say no na?
Oh, my introduction. Oh, boy,
we introduction. Prof, what you grandma mark you?
Me, what's in if you want that?
We remember, my profile, Quabans. That's my profile. Mama profile.
It's good. Any canoe also yes you hot. It's not done.
Hey, Prof, I say I'm going to be a man. I say one tro.
Okay.
And I'll start here. So in this essay, I'm going to talk about Professor Osafo, who is the head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, who is also an ordained priest of the Church of Pentecost. So as I said, I'm going to discuss Professor Osafo in details and what makes him unique. So in the previous lines, I have mentioned Professor Safo. In the subsequent paragraphs, I will talk about Professor Safo.
I'm just today. Fantastic.
I'm interested. Anyway, on summarize as
Papa.
I'm sure so be a sharing we
Papa
be so born homoden.
Na adwuma mti saying.
Na me adoma ya you so ya rest as I feel na ya mark script so say it so be enche bi enti by now the lectures my place in other areas will be busier or she say obe mark the script we now upload the results no say and I covered no yenam abe for kwan so more can say congregation for law and medical students just last week fe kama enti no eno ana aja adi embra igusua ye ho adwuma.
I see. Ya da se no pese wonye ho ada giste na da bia unya no no na me nhira ya da se ejaba what's no half the mama
America the time president mumbo break crowd
mama mo break what hit number
on now say there ya ko lockdown ye boy ya study nature of the virus ye hu there onyaza say ye nya no ho vaccine bia yabaka there because of that no the nabrabo now come to a standstill but ye ni me kwana say ye fado a ye botumi ya boy na ye ho ban only there ye bo adhere to enhanced social protocols no inti ye no from also wo fie one nsohweber we postpone my CCR decision abade or there trowi ye gbe school na waka ye revision so na what's ne fia chair and sana what throw exams
no correct
eti deda yanum fu waye yanum no ye nuanum NDC fu
NDC where from yanum
na awim no yanum
da be menim da ona wo ka maintain da maintain boda
you see they made all sorts of noise. Now was citing Nigerian education minister ne directive bia or some advice our proffer to the states so that Nigeria for a federal government to the state government go to take a decision in some respects. Okotubo we say Nigeria Senate now pass resolution there on from another trial exams. They've had only a week to prepare. Teneda so for paying crowd Nigeria Bishop David Oyedepo ode yen nsam ka osa nkofo won mba ohun won mobile what's na hwa mama from me what's na fie walk go walk mos walk himfa wa mo wan go school wan ka prepare ma all of a sudden you've asked them to go and write the exam now won hwe Ghana omanpain nana adodanko akufuado osana adwene pa awo manum ba from ahunti omo one time wo ko school wo ke revision sisiano ehu dem from no why prepared yanum fu over the weekend che hu nzama odi wo krom
menim yanum fu obi ha
ndc fu
kanisa na nya yanum no menim yanum bia
it's so sad What's our ban? Pedam mo from no pass into one leaked examination papers. Now, this is your opposition, oh. And they sit and say what rescue mission. I walk rescue Ghana with the fee. Nana do that kwa. Aku for the reason no raka mohana. Mama. Hey,
I know they're Ghana for the bachelor Jamai.
Oh, Ghana na me Ghana ya.
Ah, say also kan.
Ah, nzimuntu me imagine.
Think kasa mai nyina.
Oh, nanche ma kama sam na say edo batamu na da batamu. But look, here Nanel. Governance you are a serious business oh. Any the nature or 2-4 or say to 2 Santini. Why induction of the new vice chancellor of KNUST.
The investiture, yeah.
Investiture. Just ask him okay. When he was introducing the president, acknowledging him.
What's he saying?
See, Your Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic, in whom I am well pleased. In whom Obia Nejuma also menua. And for me, it was stuck. Osande, yeah, Nana Santini, Oka some Oka play no. Ono onsro nimpene nyima asam ka.
Otumfo.
Se yadze no onya Oka. Enchati, they yenionom yanom fi NDC fo. They've been crying hell. They impayful nkasa, impayful nyadam, enda deyo, echna deyo, enda demo. And I ask myself that but all the allegations say now no, they are baseless. Say abo woma in campaign for obo hu aka. But everybody knows that you are singing your chorus to try and hoodwink Ghanaians. To be a lumber support in your hoodious cry. Into say in your 2 force or set to 2 na Santini. Motum bwe nanu wo bedrom. Obo President Nabado. Kadoman peina nejuma also menua. Means people are watching. Discerning elders of this country. Yanam ikom ham paying for what's na ha. Wash it. Now one step you wanna again unto that men out and NDR and this football to what about Chaskele. They can decipher fact from fiction and comment where appropriate. No bando do work you any musa. Why? Over the weekend, former President Mahama, Jonaka issues no. Now, Pocho register.
Da.
Pocho, register. Ebi baso kwea.
Me.
Obi no nyoto na bas mkwe.
Me am tum ka kom.
Kwa na 2 ka na ekwe register.
Kom group na mkwe.
Pocho ekwe obi ni okwe a. Obi kada onte uma and chose na.
Da bi obi angasa.
Ehu latest registration figures are. Oh, why they Usman to them?
Da bi me hu. Pacho ka chire bi me.
Why in excess of 14 million? Were they prevented from registering?
I'm not sure.
Obi was discriminated against from registering. Obi say our Nyagan and 14 million are registering now. Ya ko register we mbro obi anyimi ho obi challenge. Share data on challenge. Do ya hin. But people are deliberately osande when you message you osanda Mahama ono Ghana fu ina wonyimin onankasa nyimpa bakofo in December 2014 okay che non promise be osande no promise or the promise Ghana for there obe end dum so when tum wanye so he told us Ghanaians are on promise be Ananke. And as this I call join the short memory association of Ghana for
Not the no person of the
no, maybe some we remember also promise BM. But even if you promises heaven and hell, Ghana fu na nyim there odi oma ahoba ondido. As a matter of fact, na track record check. Into other way insight political party what's the one favorite people in this country only votarians in your normal voter region. So one national executive vote for one Nana
Ejapa
Mr. NDC what's the one way inclusive party What to about where you want national executives? How many people from the voter region did they vote for?
What's the implication?
Ebisa there was the implication. Incident bebrebeno incitement. Nkofo eso do won dodo ama. One national executive grabbing kan. I just don't understand. Yeah, as a national average, voter region is doing well. In fact, over and above the national average. Mamu constituency registration per any brief figures. I mean, yeah, we are doing less than the shortfall of about 10%. But I'm not worried. Also, the number of registered voters. Number to compare, I want to know what about 2016 now. The numbers today far exceeds the people who voted in 2016. And see, Mutum evaluate the figures. Okay, what I have to do is to canvass more on election day so that turnout to know why you're more. I will exceed 2016 voter roll. So, because of that, should I make noise? It create a certain impression be there. One ethnic group is being discriminated against. Every time we are Ghana here now, we are room. Say be one police station agree. Ma wo kofo won ko no one ko there. And one what time no chroma e bia nyim da what war. When they were coming to register, anybody prevented them from registering. So my pain, mommy. Yes, Rawo. Yes, Rawo. Ghana, we are not at war. Yeah, political aspirations in tea. Never can go for a album. The fact of the matter is there. Some constituencies such a trend of voting now. 2016, we need parliamentary seat by less than 100. Seats and Kofu winning with less than 1,000 PE. And is it the case? In fact, the opinion because of that, no, we're passing Kofu from other constituencies and outside the country to come and register. Nanayao. And I pay Usumane me yeah, Prof. I agree. The embranesi say Obiba ne nyimin another doubt ne eligibility. Feel a challenge form. But
Japan na make prof so na some person bisa on say. Me registration here ko say ma hwa de bia mentiase obetiase. Manam ha ma say da ben na be ye more politicians no ma said say ye be register mo say me ko twiro me din a mo na mo be hwese me ko twiro me din na me ndro
me tibi grade boy but I've witnessed man kasa personal o say kune and this candidate on him confirm but one throne personal not wasi man kasa menu one road police station registration center. Then the question is asked that now registration or a voluntary. Say our pay the epidemic controls now. Neither an extra for ID requirements in the registration center. Say ID requirements in Libya. Who Nianoma now want to go now they want to qualify to provide a guarantee. Up be in our registration center now controls. So why would candidates be interested in bringing people personally to registration center one more thrones?
And another question I'm busy on.
Now, I want to why already be on. But I can, like I was saying, fringe constituencies be a margin of victory or yet thing. People are doing it. And the question is, and America, and the pair of say, make point be what TV3. Also, I'm endorse me, endorse illegality.
Which is?
And I must say, look, there is the letter and spirit of the law. There's the fact of the law. And then also what actually pertains on the ground. May be unlawful. I agree. But to the extent that it is happening, we ought to find a solution to it. But in a registration center, me a party agent, me who there opposition parliamentary candidate, or the bus load of people on your neighbor in that registration center hall. Yaka fancy, I want to all bus in now one fancy. On your neighbor, one match one number registration to the register them. A objector fill a challenge form. Hey, prof. Visible. We don't know these people here. Would the law work? None on business among customers to prof. How members are. These are factual matters that are happening on the ground.
Now, in some moment, I'm busy questions.
Would the law work?
Oh,
send that, prof. I can challenge you.
I am buying some form.
Merson. I can challenge you. You then have to avail yourself at the district electoral review committee on meetings to go and establish the basis of your challenge. Prof, then.
On your way. Every time I because I'll bet you.
You see? So. Now, say na ya jatum. The umbrano osi A B C D E. Say a resident, an ordinarily resident, or a particular electoral area within a constituency. A ho no there troubles in war. Easy, why you face registration? I want more be our opportunity, but what wrong isn't. So why can't we just work with that? Never kaka from coffee fee baby ma. On set, don't fatter the Bob Trons no. One particular police are obedient into violence. Why? And you see general secretary of a political party with bus loads of people. And opera kitchen there coincidentally ku dara. Hey. O me anwe ye okroma ha o.
Mate, ye be ni ye. Lawyer Ejapa Mesa oye Emra Shebedwani e was secondary. Ono eno kaseri sisi an ma me ko prof so na fe me fu adwenche no mra adwenche me ka mo se 02448444 488 02448444 488 e ho na adwenche ni nyina o de be fa ene anope. Prof.
Yo, Cardinal.
Papa.
Me da se. Ana mechia etifo nso nyina bio. Ma me fi ase mfiri COVID and school for nsem no. Yeah, I am very careful. And I make actually say COVID is at the time is so dangerous for us as a nation because electioneering year. You know, say or a biblim ha and Ghana ha no say you do election year. I just say Uchumutari bon by said dang Kasanji vitriolic language, hate speech, wonga some of people to go and register. Let me say maybe I'm trying to find a idea. Ma tia. And I am a bako. Abeka and handsome kakrebi. Namono, ya hen ye kurane if you cry say, yene or time for be ADSC. COVID-19 agibia nyina e dia boso eya na ye say eko we die but be hu an say we are say nations have begun imposing restrictions again. I mean, lockdown. South Africa, I just a happy. And now see you two from there, you see any passa. And as a Ghana had it, Ayana make say it is an abuse of our conscience. Say betna ne ka say COVID-19 by buying your she media. Ayana sa kasa no. Ayana say o just amfuni na wantwa yi. Medical can be say abon homodin pa na ya na ye point areas bi a ye betumi ai ni yie say be 3 weeks ago no didi kan ye kan say kan school for no eco school no ka ye nya entry plans bi aban etwa for ni kire say or the PPEs ama schools no na say na ya me kan say enye PPEs me my say PPAs personal protective actions. PPE ni equipment no the mawa na say o de baye adwuma no any asem no and the PPAs and the PPEs and A's actions no na ye de ma schools ahodo bibere be kan say won sa enka won PPEs na exam de told just say bibere enyanso a school for no they were not applying themselves to the edema no not just one personal protective actions na American hasam ye better say mo probably bi o honoma in some schools kakra nye bebre kakra enyan ema awfo etu anambo eco school ho ye nyina na ya hihye de man yesre aban say baby ana PP is being called no ye fanko aban say hey ya na nya the director of Ghana Education Service also one of them Professor Biabaha ebebo amane kire se igusu a obo homode ase ebeko na karina yanhunu clear entry plans na yekono ebehu se dia we ni hwe se mbofra no ebi anya biansa na se sen asan bawura emom no omo wie omeba no yehunu se aban edihyebi ediegukan mu and I think say for me it's quite very good to hear that makenkan hunu se aban kire se schools ya recorded cases wo bia no obetumi eja won kwan amakofie that's good schools say for the past 2 weeks no one recorded bi onye bad one recorded bi no also obetumi yakọ na mo a wo manya bia efe na 2 weeks etwemu no wo no o be keep you for a while no my further assessment and sana yeja omo e de makọ the other end of the discussion no then aban so ebe ka kire parents minim say awfo bi eyam hihye omo especially areas I be amunya bia omo ho atomo na enkura na eba no you can say COVID-19 management no the information that we put out and the way our people respond to it and so as important as managing it say odi adru e ka abo na say wototo we ye hontoto e intino the way ye fa so na ya ka kire awfo na omohu say enkura yi bei how should they be received should equally be important. Say no say akrabi coffee na na mama e na say oh you say onya bi hanwa and also so betumi aspark a certain wave of stigma say they started you know quite a large number of them are coming home na yenim say oman no ye pre agi won a enya bi a ya stigmatize them and discriminate against them no ya prayer giomo and the message say was genius ever out to be we just want to hear a message say encourage be you know and yes you jam some coffee keke we have been in Ghana for a while and working and researching in Ghana and we know the mental health terrain and certain sociocultural factors be a kutia say obua nipa a wenya yare bi na wawura ne community mu a obia ensoro ntia no obia nka asam bi ntia no ti ye be say yete asam bi I think say ni nyinam ya na eboa say ye beka there should be a public statement yeah panyi ba ko GES Minister of Education say ya no mai say ye na me ba o and ye stress na mo obia ntwa mfonyi ni say hey school yi na nya bi no one oba no school for you munya bi o omo na omba no it can happen yenim etemamu ha we no munya bi o ntemo ba mo hwe mo hu yi o ti ahwa na mo frɛ ye kofi kura na ye de sasti mei e de akọ titare mo nti eno so mesre se nka ye ti asem bi wo ho a anka eno ebeboa na hye no de ka emese at least enye kura no clearly no enye se aban kasa mo nyina enko fie yo sa systematically no or the hye to ho a ye fi ase edi omo akọ na mum na me caution ne say anka ye model ni yi na ye receive ye ma no na wo fon so a etie no pay no oba na ba in behaving in a way say Isaac akra no ofi be bi na ba or the yare bi ba so if you are unsure obetumi o de afie bi say wo extra room bi a ji akra no nko ho if you are unsure eboa na ama wo ye ma hye wa ma wa oba na awo no ka o hatro jiji ma akoto na twene na na ya me come anim no na sese no minimum say enna na emofrai esate exams na yesa
mpachoan
me refi ni parodo ana asa the time ba na so manya bi no em say na mo about say 30 something also if I recall
that's the 27 or so ba we the American man
na yesa o manya bi na na be free me be sate free sa group no so me say me am fan trawa say enkra nya bi no mo ho atom em say me kan say COVID-19 no the rehabilitation aspect of it one year wonya bi no how are they getting rehabilitated because say all over the world they are getting post-COVID reactions near the ebi for example say omunya hearing problems ebi enya mental problems ebi nya akomayare ebi nya nti say nipa no ho to no trawasa na the entire way no dey here me say enkura no there is going to be a demand placed on them. Oh, say Kokrokoo yet say omo ko school omo kocho so ye wi a omo ba no.
Prof number 35.
35 good. Omo ba no. Omo dey say omo ayemo dey wi omo ba fie. Omo nyi bibia. Na we no dey we are keeping them there again na omo chro omo so hwe. Na you say writing exams me study bi naturally Ghana ha no nkra no kocho exams there's high level of anxiety. I am share ne yam hye no etne bebre ya na o fan chan ewia during the examination ya na I am share o person of fakwa bias no pass it and you know demands will be placed on them our school home which is normal because you person in social no a koto tia obi be fremu. We want to protect the integrity of the results. Say about outer, a true reflection of the child's performance. Now, momo some of 35 yi. Munya bi no. I strongly recommend say yenhwe wo mo papers no. Ebeboa na ya. Ebeboa me ehunu say omo chro ye no, omo performance the same. Ebetumi de ani adi some of ye chi. Na yehunu say omo ho tom wie ye no. Are they completely recovered? Are they okay? Almost the same. If there is a need for us to begin a discourse, a discussion be on rehabilitation after COVID, and I'm more bay, and also you too. So it's an opportunity for us. Say, to me, I hear Ediomachi, I hear what they are doing and how they are faring, especially Wombeko Akotro and Sophie E. I teach for one schools no soma omani endi sa embofrey echi na share what happens to them. I say by this time there most of the schools no PPEs no and it is afu to be over now say they will continue to apply themselves to the PPEs and the PPAs as I said personal protective actions na aboa ema omatumi akondate in social no ubia ho ento chima. Now I'm a TV say there is this whole thing coming about. Oh, you focus on the active. You know, crepa. Na person be trying for you be wa. So enipa even say 40,000. Ena enya bi say na come be twam. Na yes 40,000 enya bi Ghana. That will still be your record say 40,000 enya bi. Na say no ye hwe e bi 40,000 enya bi no nipa em say 38,000 na on to. The yeka active case ne be say che ne say wonga enya bi a ogusu a woje arehwe. Say no am say 3,000 and something, a little bit above 3,000. Now you be say oh eno nko a na yemfa ya nisi so. Eno nko a eye two things. Me say on one hand no eye pa say ye dey ani besi eno so. Na ye hu say the burden edaga na so aye hu adwuma. Won a duro e ka omo, won a apomuden adwuma hefo e de won san e ka omo. Now they are working on them now no a little over 3,000. Now no say me di kan no COVID-19 no say count now who to we are now the man said that was no and you say want to we nko. I think say we are ignoring the post COVID recovery. Yemi ni enko sankrofo so obinya COVID-19 adwuma say obinya COVID-19 no stigmatizing no obinya COVID-19 no besi ne no ni breathing ebia na susu yi ebia oye fine sane dana me kan no unwu ye die enyame ase se wote ase na mom no ye per recovery nso a ebebo am otumi return back to work fully a oye wadwuma o hwe ofie o hwe wo ma o hwe wo re no ukunu na ubu bra se obi a oye healthy a healthy functioning Ghanaian. And you know, maybe I think say here the see active cases no so. Yeah, find ba konso and share cases no so far. Say the AC cover. If we say the bia no say am say na answer no, you say about 700 something cases. Is that right?
787.
87 and abeka. Some for you na itwa me no. A very simple thing itwa me say. Yare no yegusua no yentumi enya a complete na menka se yebenya complete way na mom no yema yeni enko eno so eboa yen se na 780 chena 700 na chi we accumulative no ahe we shouldn't wait say Ghana for nyina benya bi no ma recover. I don't think that's what we want. Say na menka no prevention is better than cure, a very popular saying. Enti amount for 80. What can you do? Medical be come on now say abide there. The obeya no gusu ye no. Na mo wonso a wona mo nchen a we adwuma to fie ko adwuma na ko up and down no. How are you applying yourself to the kind of say personal protective equipment? In other words, or personal protective actions no at the same. So one here na obiya say oh say abrante here no say by June no be you.
Kwata.
And I say do as no say still.
Still.
I say still by June. Yes and be. Na mo be can say. Obi ama no homodin say. Men pese e betwa for you said here. Say be at 38,000. Oh, you should ignore it. I don't think so. I think that ampa yema yeninko 3,600 now. And now 3,000 say 200 also are active no. Na if anybody consume share send you the NDC cover no. Because a daily recordings, no, if you have to say, it take a nose dive consistently. Say, be a 3, 4. For example, now, I say in the northern region, no, they haven't recorded new cases for some days now.
Yeah,
that's a good indication of what I'm saying. That's a good one. It be for the past 1 week, a particular region, by 3 weeks running, 2 weeks running, recording new cases. And no, for that region, no, control. Then why Emma will control no? And how can we widen that to the national level? So, and you know, Mr. say active cases in the 3,000 and what? 3,000 say I'm sure we na obi
eva prof kitu emitwa no ya kasa sese statistics Ghana Health Service nankasa e dey ato the website enie
active cases no 3,467 3467 confirmed cases no positives no 37014 that's 37,014 new cases and only 787 and a total no call esro no and total death 182 recoveries or discharge and no 33,365 so 33365
33365
yes bro
number you 3365 here wonga enye bia oho atom is a huge number enye ti da just say kasa COVID-19 baga na no nipa do ni nya ya me nyim say better say ye pese nipa be 500,000 yebi na mu nyina tom answer ya kasa oh yeah but more I don't think that's the argument.
No,
the argument is that yeah more humodi say sa yare you know you bet to flatten daily we neighbor no say esobete ti if you see regional when say some regions be honoma or more record DB for the past couple of days no a trump for ni papa say region A yeah then why you huntia yeah how can this happen in the other regions? And the master said in our communication no yen shop a year pass be see the active cases no so but a year say ebe ni akọ the other side near who say are we gaining control because na mekan no it always starts with negligible and say na e cost and I don't think say you say every Ghanaian becomes morbid by COVID. That's not the point. Nobody should be morbid, nobody should die. We simply should make sure say daily infections na airborne. What can we do to just lower it? That's the point. And then 780 something about here say past 2 days or so no. Can we for example see say we no SOT ebia 80 40 20 not just say a trap for you say hey and failure we are gaining control but
prof mpacho yeah can say no yehwe de aban mu aye waka de aban aye ne ade yen oman na nkasa so no your contribution na ho no wo hwe ne sen
what say and me can last can me say you say the thing is and I think they use somewhere no personal protective actions na yaw yare bia pandemic bia sa wo kwatia ubedu baby a ye fe no say behavioral fatigue ade na wo ye de abon ho ban no obre ho na brena obre ho no eba because we have false sense of optimism false sense what the encounter da te say na ya hot we obi have healthy illusions in life again ba ko say me ka mo me da me nya yere me wontem da medjuma mo me da when na healthy illusions in life eboa am out me hye wa bra boy predict the couple of days that were in the beto ene anamoa e wo say wutu na mo no do bia na oyende bia wani na abe pion na ohwa also say eh say dey bet ma ko bia what is happening now media me say we still are not gaining control of COVID and say amanfo bi atoto enema jejemu eye bi no still say yare no kra no esikafo ne kan mo de tia bi eye bi no say yare no politicians ene kan mo de tia miensa eye bi no say yare no wunya kra hometo na be betwa sa fonyi say some message no eye good but si anhwe yi a obedwa mfonya kire obi say o de wunya kra hometo ba na ya hometo eye betesa o over 10,000 people they are going through a study in Europe, which is it's not easier like that. Look at the number who have recovered 33,000. So you know a percentage of these people they are unable to work as effectively as before COVID. What picture do you think we are painting? Not just you are somehow still compromised. And the papa muane say as a man for a bone who by no or issue say 1 year COVID. So be a queer no tinia. Now when you're going to hoto, now to mean coquia and coyo, ukoko juma, and over buru juma, and a more old donor, and that's also. So don't wait until you are infected. And your man for a woman say, baby, I don't know. say o man ya de na no ma kwaya saa suban no psychology say na ya
and as a prof we say sir na otwe miensa as bosome no e be titu kra ma ho ato no a wo hye dem a onko ba bia nka de ho na wo ye wadwuma onu de nka benya wo.
That's the point. And no ya part be ka ho kra ne say the entire me pese e be ka say oh unya ho beto ne say honorable anonymous so making the amount of money government is spending onipa wenya bi no taxpayers money o sense kano ye de yakwan ye ye ko si schools a ye make us say ya no won actual exams yi ebi a nyame ya adom na ekwan bu ya ebi between now and November no they will come to school SS4E. We need space, we need logistics ekwan ni ho if say our systems are so choked you need more space. Since you cannot spend it on treating COVID for no. Say to me, your controller. Where do you think we can channel this money to? And to me, be a person for you cross. Oh, the I what do we should stop that. But what the answer we nya. Men can say we buffalo. Now, no. Say me can last week no. Say some will be infected, but everybody is affected. And the moment you answer, you are in winya. If you say, yeah, Koswa, 37, 30 something, Abai is penisika. Tima me and Kasa, you active, Abai is penisika, you is a can go for you. Yeah, Mama Diana, sir, rise at the air rise no. You bet to me, abras a cra, you can't say, they eradicate no, sunny, ye petty. Now, when you eradicate in India, ye brass and ye nya will be, I say, a flatten. Na fe e twamfo nyini say he e fe de ye nya control e wo ade sini kan e ho no ehia me na ya me be si from ina me fa registration exercise me kan pasam kakra ka registration de ya se control din wo ye Ghana ni a control din o kwa na woni o passport ana o national ID ene de ka ho a ma obi nyina mu na oni dance ye say we Ghana ni be register in the early days no you raise concern say maybe we are doing this registration exercise in the middle of fighting COVID na e bet me e de how they abrey ye nya start ya ye hu say success abem ye hu so say difficulties so abem. The difficulties be and be abem no e bi ne the violence. Say obi e control din ya na ya won sekan. Obi control din ya ye di abo egunu so. I just say edu ba bi a obi say ho say where are we really heading towards as a nation? And now me here obi attract can be very interesting. Na na say okay Wole Soyinka.
Wole Soyinka me kind of
on former military general Nigeria state gone. Biafra war right now we sworn enemies. I just say ya imagine go on eche papa nyansafoi on before e go to prison for 2 or 3 years or so. Biafra war no end no now estimation is say over 500,000 people or so military ndi bebre nipa bre ne wuye amboa Biafra amboa Nigeria. Nobody won. In fact, General Gombe can say nobody has won. There's no victory for I mean Obia when we need and I won't say take his Biafra when it's also when we need. And now Obia cha or no nessa General Gombe picture Wole Soyinka na was they are all 86 years. Now that question I will be say if 86-year-olds and then they look back and see what they did. It being quite everyone. Obisa Ghana for say, where are we pushing our nation to? With this sharp division between NDC and MPP, we are not heading towards anyway. Yes, say Kokrokoo within. Now the politics of violence in Africa is getting endemic. We have to be careful. Is becoming a culture. I say and anytime be an election, so say this assembly, say a parliamentary, then say national. Just by all means also be proud. We should get over that. Now, I'm saying okay earlier on say military natural say makenkan was say when your message say between MPP and NDC, no, both parties are Bazan people.
Yeah.
Say on be register. Why do we continue to do this?
Oh, massa.
I just say I am one Bazan Nipanwa ma and a day.
And I may be said Japa say Dabe ne be ya manyofo asede say yes Ghana ni a wanyam fie du nwotwe kona akotwro odin say ya manyofo asede say mo na mo be sese nipa na free wo mo fie mu de wo magu ka mu say mo nkonkotwro mu din.
I just say I am one. Now for you to say and say I think say Nana
Papa.
yeah, well, I strongly believe that as a nation, we have to be careful. Political leadership doesn't lead Ghana into crisis. Political leadership, a man you kuwa didn't die on minor through governance, or didn't die on minor, didn't die on manishebre. Every political leader equally has some level of control over people's destiny. If you take a decision now, na just talk kroimwa. Say say kwabi ro kwani. To wan eti ye ba. Say the basic kim na eti oto. Na ya de America. Want to be in Kotogo. You can't go anywhere.
Na to won kwa utimi kwa what the French. They want to me kwa the French.
Oh kwa dey on ho. Enti ye kwa ye nim no. This culture of political violence, we have to stop it. And I think so one of the things I bet to me I say, if you say and raise our discourse no again, if you say come once if you say I am a them just say I am a DB and anything say I was like a crazy video will be or no do all year day hey no me say I was oh yeah sao ya yen baby where na ye de I just to say I was say we did oh and be na say ba no I say in our political leadership at every point in time no say edin chroso a openya ye ku na ka asem bi I say ye kukuru mpon
Na
yebeswa enti we ye kotro ye din na ye koto aba what will happen kotro din say me Kwame Safo edu me kotro me din na obisa ma men tro ana say me asumasi a me ye Ghana ni enso mama ho kwan say obi emmefa me no ntua me ka na fa me hye ka mu na me nkotro me din ento about Ghana me ye Ghana ni. What is wrong with us? And the woman for 8 years no commontias say politicians, and not all, some politicians will always take advantage of the population. But more than say obi emfa enko ya die bia ebe compromise wan kasa wabrabo ene won kwa emfa so bia no don't die for that. Abana nkasa to na ensonye efei ene yebeko akoto aba na no ya sa clashes nyina no. What do you think are the impact of this on our management of COVID? The contact, the breakdown of order in some police stations. Some police stations are very oddly. Maybe I'm going to say, come on, Udua. Who said, "Bia the whole wrong now one step, observe the social distance, no, and they do so near free. Very beautifully conducted, pa. Efe. Obako baby so no. Na chese eja da hot to. Eti yemma ni enko ho. Na the American say omanfo ntie say the politician are wouldn't achi say on bazo na ko register say wundi 18 years say 1 year Ghana ni na what kasa make here. Be careful, you are compromising your life. Now yes no our fight against COVID no here is hard ye defeat no. Because when there are clashes, people will break the protocol, they will take away the mask, they don't care who they touch. None of health is compromised.
I see.
This culture of political violence every now and then, no, we should show serious leadership. Nayama Omeyi and fan of my media. I am say, you can't say democracy, no. Nanaya. Kwanya Paswa, you conducted our elections over and over again, no. Now, honorable says lawyers named Penifua, we should continue to talk to our followers. You don't need to go and fight. The painful part of it is that he may not be the one doing this, but when you're done, enthusiasm on uncontrolled enthusiasm, and the youngest one casantre, one idea in the say, Coach Rewa Jenny, and yes, I coach Sekai. Nanaya, Messi.
Meso, Medase Papa, Professor Joseph Osafo, and our kind of Tina Mecano, Messi said, now what you be out of me 2 minutes, cry noir. Yebeden yamiase. Amsa for Kokrokoo dwumade no aso egusu a utie 0244844488 eho ene yede adwenche na asembise ne nyina efa wode ba no wine ntietiam go straight to the point na afei yentumi emboso emfa emamo Bobby K says is sending this one from teachers quarters of Kokrokoo constituency. When Akufo-Addo took the decision to reopen schools for the final year students, he was labeled as doing that for political expediency and didn't love the children. But Nigeria is now following Nanado's step. Exam leakage, much as is a bad thing. All right, okay. Mami fancy I say, oh message in this house. Cardinal JM must behave as a statesman and stop the ethnocentric comment. He can continue to promise. His lack of integrity is still intact. Kojodu Pako Ewo Achim assume Yauza Ewo Swami Ose Ghana and at just 4 years of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is seeing 676 vehicles, 3 procured helicopters, 66,357 teaching and non-teaching staff into GES, 5 interchanges and a massive road network across the country. It is therefore clear that Akufo-Addo's led MPP government has indeed performed better and deserves 4 more years to do more. Yahuza Enoduwe Ifiswami Ede Ebaye. Honorable Sam Ayepe says, okay, Honorable Ayepe, all right. Says, Nana wish Hajia, the MPP constituency women organizer for Upper West Achima Day, so a happy birthday. So, Queen Hajia, the MPP constituency women organizer, happy birthday to you from Honorable Sam Ayepe, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Ayinsiano constituency. Nanaya, is Honorable Ejapa Mesa there to talk about issues or just to attack the NDC? He's losing his secondary seat. Tell him. Hence the noise and the blame game. Instead of him thinking of development for his constituents, look at what he's doing. He should keep on moving from radio to radio. He will lose his seat. Jex and not do it free. Takrade Ebaye. Unfortunately, Kwesi Pratt is not here this morning. I beg of you. Good morning, the Cardinal. What Asiedun Ketia did is wrong, and he need to talk. He need to be talked to before it is too late. 4 more for Nana to do more. Lampard, Amanfrum, in Kumasi, and what do we say? Ebaye. President Nana Akufo-Addo has no contender because it is the most. It will be the biggest mistake that Ghanaians will do if we vote for John Mahama again. Indeed, after the voters registration exercise, the EC must exhibit our register across almost all the West African countries, so to remove foreigners found in our voters register. Mad Lion in Hafo. Medium. Everything the NDC has done from day one has been to discredit the electoral process and cause confusion. Not too long ago, Sami Jemfi was all over the place threatening our security agencies, and now you have General Mosquito leading the charge. Is the buzzing of people to registration center not at variance with our laws? The NDC must get serious, said Obama in Poku Ase. Kofi Nyankwo says, the Cardinal, I see I don't get here and have no respect for their supporters. How can you buzz people in pickup trucks to register? Some people have allowed themselves to be used by politicians, and this is very sad. Ethnocentrism and tribalism won't thrive in this year's election. Kofi Nyankwo, who sent that one in from Holland. Kwesi being Jeso Besianse, he says, Nanaya, it is only during voting day that political parties buzz people to go and vote in their various towns. It is not common for us to buzz people to go and get registers, so we should stop that. Regards to Beatrice Ewadechi, MCE for Ejoso Yuabing.
Olanyo Inakwetia says this current administration and registration process is for only Ghanaians. And there is no way non-Ghanaians will be allowed to register. Under this dispensation, NDC can go and cry to fill the sea. Nothing will happen. Condolence to NS Yao Kume of Akwetia. Farouk in Tema says, good morning, Kadna. Trusting the NDC with Ghana's destiny is like trusting your baby's life in the hands of a hungry lion. That's suicidal. The tribal bigotry statement coming from political actors is irresponsible and dangerous to our nation. Farouk, who sent that one from Tema. Sir Samuel Pine, Sam Pine, we affectionately call him. I still wonder why some Ghanaians in the NDC are seriously bent on seeing non-Ghanaians register to vote in Ghana. Let's all with one voice condemn the former President John Dramani Mahama of stoking ethnic fire. By the way, it's the NDC youth organizer who said he should be castrated if a new voters register is made. Has his balls been removed? Sometimes, not that I know. We will have to check for you whether the balls are intact or partially shifted or partially pressed, in the voice of Kwamina Ahoy. Ibu Sekendi, Kana, since we are registering people, everything will not be 100% sacrosanct. But let we, the politicians, remember that Ghana is for all of us. Regards to Honorable Mesa for his unprecedented achievement within 3 years for the good people of Sekendi. 4 more for Bobo and Nana to do more. Ibu sending that one in from Sekendi. 2 more. Now, faming company for need to apport and no pay. Nana one in Kaswa says the Ghana, please. Tell the UTV's reporter on the Togo border, that is Asia Dunketia, Jina Mosquito, that he has indeed disgraced himself by importing illegal immigrant from Togo to come and register in Ghana. And I can kindly play the song Unyame Ehungu for Asia Dunketia, Nana one in Kasowa. We aren't in the music process yet. Agbeto says, but why is it that nobody has asked Rollins if he grabbed Brzezinski's testicles and squeezed it and even Bird is alive? Why are we not talking to both of them? Agbeto, we will get there when it is the turn of Brzezinski to do the talking. Even in Somalia, a totally failed state, they will never encourage aliens to infiltrate their borders to partake in a serious national exercise as choosing the president and legislators. But in Ghana, such unpatriotic and reckless acts are brazenly being perpetrated by some crazy political actors whose desire for power obviously is advancing their individual aggrandizement. Justice Abeku Newton of Fair. Oh, no. All right. Samuel Yossi says, please greet my boss, Professor Osafo, for me. Sami. Yate Professor so edawase say wakaino ejaba me no share round 2 na say me nim baby ade befa but me or concern me pese me dey no bia normal na afei or the round 2 no ahye ase me nanka me hwe ani mu say time why share you can say a national identification card na se no ho ye ben in such a way say e bedru bia the next 5 years no obi oye Ghana ni babia mapabia no the din akoye system no so that ebedru baby no enhiampo say ye be kwa sasa light nti we say ye kotro din ene ababa be registration exercise but see ade baby amode aduro ide mode ye kwa echi meka mo a meka politicians baby amode aduro say oye Ghana ni no anya mfie du nwotwe wadwene mu da honko a kona kokotro me for instance me kroma me kotro me din say obi ani mobi so do anase me na okra hu hia so bo di se me na fa Japan mesa obi anim wo enya Japan ma me we ba no ya papa we ba ni fie ni obi anim trouble we nyina bi ma are na munya me ho ntoy e Japan
kan na me we adwen and me share with sentiments no exactly why because of political power yeko this extent the yakafa nkofa sabiwa once and one fata the what participate in decision making and be choose your leadership ma wabaka dam jumezino. I agree with you, and it's important that media for so yababwa. Osande ame metin krana ha ana sekuni. But in truth, political party be and now it's even possible that two ni na po warrior. But say tete from sa ehwe actions are orokodo. Ehwe utterances and kofo won't make her clearly one side of the political divide. And now what pension for bringing people from outside to come and participate. And so why they ain't call the monk of out? See with there. And this if you know what the Jumezina, why the media for civil society? Yen conduct investigation, ne yen name one and shame them. Yeah, within yen territorial border of Ghana ha. Muhubia the American. Wa be repent town of Abotron is ne bia catch no awe nimu. Because it be enemy. And now, say, the nature of Isifu nation every police station be our Ghana ha or exceed 1,000 people. And intentionally there, because other show was no locality no. Obia our locality no. Obia ni mumpa. Nkofododo na there at least. You pay crown a bien bobo to wait. That's the Osimesi Anoti Anufi. But that mama no. Mamu Consuels Day 2016 margin was a little under 6,000. And Benyan and Sido opponent or Basim Krofu from the fishing communities across the coast. On your labor secretary Wabotro Wonzin. My party fully resist. And it's no me assessment. I'm as na Sabiwa bus crew be alpha maximum 50. And the about my bus at the buses 100 abakra only 500. At the buses 1,000 baba and son in 5,000. Sabi Bank of Ghana voters who they will grab about me and that's why I said stop it, leave them. Because it doesn't make any sense. You can't change the will of the people through busing in my constituency. But say constituency be now 100. Now the temptation is there. Or 200. Temptation no.
Just say tricks.
Yes. And I'm a KO. Share. Say total registered voters will say as of 2019 updated. Registered in now. It's in the region of about 42,000. Yeah. 7 election areas. Work 2 yeah start. As of the end of 7 though. The expectation is that 36,000 people will have registered. We're in the region of some 32. Deficit of 4,000. But now Makan Ashasino. I wonder what to about in 2016 was about 28,000.
Okay. Even with the 42 and
even with the 42. Voter turnout was in the region of 66%. And see, say, Sabio,
so
watching the whole analytic mindset to be able to my assessment. What problem on your Hindi?
Okay, so in 2016, now we have found approximately 42,000.
Yes,
42,000.
And 28,000, maybe the
28,000 about two abba.
And this year, as of any day, I register a little over 32,000.
32,000. Until you have a shortfall of 10,000. Okay. But
anyway, the 32 no relates to 7 election areas. One number. Well, that's about 36,000.
Yeah, I have 4 phases. Yes, sir.
And on to our 5th phase no is expected there. The 7,000 difference now I can know. Because now we can the expected register no 36 as of phase 4.
And you say I found 32 no can see I have 4 phases on the average every phase be my 8,000.
There.
On the average every phase be my 8,000.
It's the final phase so. You expect to be about 8. Yeah, no 5, 6 crown.
40.
It still gives us. It's a relate that statistics to actual votes cast on the day.
There's also another
because there's no way. Voters register now card no. For various purposes.
But there's also another hidden going forward. Me say as on mine, as you know, Prof, I've always questioned the figure what voters register no say. On mine paying in 2016, that money registration near 24 million. Okay. On my ben we are here, nipa 24 million. Mine na about 17 million. Every 18 years.
Yes. And see, so question is, secondary register no at a point. Can it be argued there or a bloated?
So what if the figures now
and see, so like I said there, yenya minus plus 9-10%. For me, it's satisfaction. Because to me, assessment in isolation. I need to look at the entirety of the document and our figures to make an informed judgment as to what it is that order to secure our victory by the grace of God on the 7th of December 2020.
I see. So going forward, no say na NIA we me person kebe yi a ho nka after sa election we no mo me nyina entrance se on my holistically na yen hwe NIA die ne ebetimi ayama NIA ni mu ada ho na senke ye NIA inka in 10 years from now no
na
ye nya sa problem
me you adwe no crowd do in fact nkofu pina na why disappointed in NIA for one inability to complete one processes.
I am the spokesperson of that group.
Before electoral commission for where one registration.
Yeah.
Because say umbrella first phase I was starting was to capture 15 years and above. Clearly, by the first year was starting so yeah, what to me were yeah. More than 1 year, resources now available to resources and by the 3rd year, those people would have turned 18. And see, there was no way they would have been disenfranchised.
Sure.
Unfortunately, we are where we are, and the elections so order and see, new ways have to be deployed to get us to register and vote.
Last minute, Professor. NI papa or say Atifa. Me na madwen yam say me ka chen say na madwen yam say. Yenya 5 years and above record than there. Your record no entimi nye perfect
15 years and now.
O dey emphasize 5 years and above e kosoro no. E bia say see e ka say ekoya yenya ye record no intact as it will have been. But enke betimi ayen hihye bi say e bia hospital bia o man Ghana a certify itimi gi awo ho no. Yempe NIA official no ntana ho. Ye wakwala ne ye register sa akwala no mfanto ho ka bo say in 5 years to come no akwala bia yawo no Ghana ha oye Ghana ni no enya afi ne ye be wota akwala ni date ye benya ni date nyina correct in this angle no from ebia age 0 downwards no endru omundu 18 years one ekono there will be no debate about their date of birth and stuff like that on the card call our register on ekono ye hia se be kwa card but na bibi ho no
na mpam put am hwede dey say wotumi capture data ni na nka ehun be hia dey bokwa akotro yenzim bi bokwa ka line dey botro yenzim bi ma check ebotumi amend the law no such that if say Ghana card cra isi obotum compile one list of 18-year-olds say pede akotro aba
obetumi dey akọ
edo card boko na akona akwakoto of course you may say that hey, how do we get people into various constituencies? Make sure that Oduwan Kibutumi are pekoni be about how you compile register for the various constituencies. But yes, many are doing or there economy ado yetum ye more there ye be so that NIA importance cannot be overemphasized. It's an extremely important exercise. Say you NDC for President Kufuor Shas what's no ho no wo hwe na wo ye wi ya. Come here sure there you will be me away by this time.
Most mobile na mo share say no.
Oh, I start here.
Oh,
more than 14 million people have been registered and issued with their card. I agree. It could have been done better, if you ask me. But the markano, yame ya humbre, or the yetum complete, so that anytime be in the future, yabe election be no. The issue of registration on foreigners na no one can win na no would be done away with. And yes, me know
Prof.
Ana.
Mami ti wa dwen kire.
Na me I just say, to be honest with you, I least anticipated say afi no ye be registration. Imagine mu pa no. Na ye me say NIH started with you no. By all means, we're going to have a digital space to authenticate who somebody is. Na yet me too, anamobia. Ebema sa culture of violence here the BI during registration exercise no. Ejai. Timikai say eba no mi to anamo bebre na minya. Na me hu say omo kra no omo de nhye bia ba. They were moving from one place to the other. Nti encheche bia omedu me my place of work, University of Ghana. Nyame adum omodu ho. Ntama na me ko register. Na me je me card. Majimu famesi o say de. Just no ano no. Na na ya oko krubiso a minim me students are akọ UK akọ omo PhD omo do ho. The next year now, if they wanted to vote, they voted. Because there were details, information about you, a lot, detailed information. Chese, Otiha, and just anybody do want to be what's your postcode? Oh boy, I pay now, Chese, no vote. And this is possible. It's quite intriguing. Say, we went back, me asaba say you go register. Because me can say 2016, bra me bre pass na me register. Area na me teno. Oh, go register. Just say into kwa. Na we kasa, na we buenfu. That's why I thought say, oh, manya we die. We are done with.
Na anyen.
Nka na anyen. Say, what dey hisi kadodo a e dey wurum, e dey yadi. Huge amount of money. And I can say, sometimes this nation, we keep abusing ourselves in certain ways. And I know and to answer a equal example, and a bit more effort. And I a dear pride, and I'm a one. You registered.
I will be sick and you should be true.
I mean, just imagine. And you know, imagine party. And the cemetery say, and I, if not, they have gone very far. That should be a good data. Now, I say, me catch it. Be say, I didn't even hear class say now was what professor suggestion. No, say you started NIH, right from birth. Right from birth. Me baba come breach memo. You want now or unique number. And the idea be how do happen? Be say o personal number. What the two wow, masem nya.
Yeah,
and the various hospitals are justify MIO yaya offense national insurance card and then look at the baby. So is it not possible? It is possible.
Problem if when comes that me can last an argument on advance and say according to science and say obinya 15 years and the biodata ni nyina develop new me say metiase health insurance say see omo ye biometric.
That's the point.
Who akola ne health insurance timi yema no e ma ne ye
this data no ye
den yentwa o de yentwa akola ne picture yentwo ne din ne maame din ne papa din ne nchi emfa to ho odu 50 years na the fingerprint ne be kwa kwaje a onfa card no nkonkoje ne fingerprint.
And now that's the point. I think now we have too many biometric data lying down for nothing. Nana okoye passport yenje
yaje license driver's license
license yenje
yaje
okoye
health insurance
yaje voters register yaje NIH. Yeah, I mean why? Or market I think that we should show clear path. Say this is the way to go. Yeah, NIH, you know, ye na ye wie ni atremu a dia kodu sabre udu sa level ya e betumi anya wo data nyina every ho say wo ko na say ade be ko na e ba ho start ye no wo ko banks bi mo so monje na na ya enu ana
eno so ho
o so monje obi sa mo so ye start ye eh na start ye nka wo tumi ni ko and ko chere e ma wo register for voters ID am so monje and you know I think say too many I just say any hamadwe my register so many things ni nyina I didn't buy data na buy the pay the day we can synchronize it Emma dear oha enyabi dear oha enyabi dear oha enyabi ubetumi ko aton se na meti ye no you can give it out to the banks and other institutions and then you know the sikaba ntina na aban epia sikadi ewura NIA is NIS NIA mu na ya ni and this year nya by 40 million we should continue nasa we no yenje for once as a nation we enjoy this multiplicity of biometrics hadwe okokwa na obi se okọ sika ho enti am say hono de nana ya enkoyi am say afi de say me ka me de na madwene mu apa ne say ka ye de NIS na eko would how we say ya punching with Diana and the demo obi bia o picture everything na ya fe na obesan ko saline but yenya anya we no nyamencha de am say by this week near we voters registrations and to man for intio won a enye no more than no congo register na ya ade dia ba na am say yenka ho asem I think say COVID-19 ade bai group a one abiding so pa badwuma pa o say yeka na ye mo abaso no mokusu eye religious bodies
sure sure
they have done extremely well. In fact 3 weeks ago me can say they invested so much say economists be telling me on take a sample of various religious groups
no contribution
now among contribution to even putting in place PPEs now my assembly may spend about $3,000 who at the secure because baby I hot no why any year na nya nipa doso when nya antetimu a ebe hadwe enti yet to turn near enti churches have done extremely well. Now there is a discourse being because more than about 10 years ago say Africa's development one major partner are religious institutions. It's interesting. Nana ye ni enko where COVID-19 has exposed it. I try for you clear says I buy a partner B obetumi aboa in national development because say make say me ko sorry me so for me gina me pastor so I never end my preaching without telling my members apply yourself to the PPs and be wise. What does it mean? What it means is that for about 3 times in a week I constantly remind them. In psychology say whatever is repetitive stays in your consciousness. And 3 times or 4 times in a week, I keep doing that. What do you think they are doing? Their contribution is heavy. And so far, what they people egu kwemua and sorry we haven't had any news that there's a spike. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And sorana aka na do abom ba so the last speech, I was happy so can say they have done very well. O ma bon ho den pa say yenya spike bia in any meeting. Na wokwa asa na esi atechem ntamomoto ho obi a no bonanim na say ye aban kan no obi ye woro nsa na wo de sanitizer aka na wakotra 1 hour na woko enti make dey be say asem so dey make dey be say if the churches have been able to do this, we are calling on our political parties, our political leaders. Say between now and December yebeko maybe ye oko constituency akodi nkofa ko shedi nkomo no please yes ramwa na mo be losing a guard man no so nko ye ba bia ye benya spikes bi already we are still battling with this now ye hu na ni sibre and yes rese the churches have shown a certain pattern and they will continue to show it because I haven't seen the relaxation of the protocols at all. In fact, they are by and saying, ebi FCB say see I ever call 2 hours. They are not rushing to just go. omo nyabere esan de nhye asa to kwan mu bio before they resume. And I think a trend for you chira ban so say henceforth health education nana ya say wo bo apomuden ho dawro. Health education, a major platform for this nation should be religious bodies. Major platform. Health education. You have struggled over the years on chronic illnesses, diabetes, hypertension, HIV. You trying for you to a sana clear way. There is no contention, there is no argument. Say religious bodies are good public health platforms. I was a yesham kutupa. Yebo mabaso ne bo mo. Na yetumi use sa avenues no near the public education. Me chat on you. Ebra we eba no you can say stigma na buy for example. Yebeka won say churches should take the lead. In fact, research actually say our fight against HIV in this nation became possible through religious leaders. It is documented. I have a copy of that. And they have been showing this over the years. And kama empenyimfo ya ban ne won a omayi ehwe won sana to say the way to go, we shouldn't throw it away. COVID-19 has given us a lot of issues to reflect on. And one of them is, how do we make sure religious bodies and state able to me are working together? Now, they say public education on health, political issues, as a culture of violence. Over my years, and I don't go to our churches, I don't know in our mosques. We can take advantage and advance the issue of leadership in our churches and platform. Now, in your responsible political behaviors across wonga ekotwa bani wonga edayenim nti yankai say yekoyenim no, we have the religious leaders as partners for national development.
Madam say Professor Safo Nanayao, how is the citizenship of someone determined in Ghana today? Is it by someone's description of another as non-Ghanaian, which makes the latter non-Ghanaian? Is it lawful for the military to allegedly block roads in Ghana to prevent alleged non-citizens from going to register? Has the EC not put in place measures to prevent persons who are not entitled to vote? Is the challenge system being abolished? Why should it take the military to block or brand people non-Ghanaian and proceed to illegally prevent them from getting to the registration center? The militarization of the process is very dangerous. It portends bad for the impending election. Is it not indicative that the military will be used to prevent voters from voting, especially in opposition strongholds on election day? Lawyer Nana Yao Osei, who taught me media law and ethics, and I always say about ene no pay. We have been doing our health education with the religious bodies, and it has been very, very helpful. Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafiadai, Peace and Love Hospital,
Great point.
Breast Care International. Nyame enkamo ho enim madwuma de enim se moya de. Good morning, Nana Okesi. We have a long way to go in our system because I voted in London less than 5 months of my arrival. This is Rock of Hello FM. But please, okay, anyway. All right, there can be Mamimfa Insi here. Cardinal, this one says, it seems the NDC party is talking too much on this voter registration exercise after demonstrating and sitting on the floor to declare that the new voters registration will not come on. They now tend to baselessly allege by playing the tribal card. They should give us a break. Yamavin in Kwesi Mentem. OBS I have on Kasem says, Nana, after listening and watching General Mosquito, I became confident that indeed the NDC will lose, and they are doing what they are doing because they want to cause mayhem. But
it's unfortunate.
They should know that the good people of Ghana need development, and that is exactly what Nana Addo is giving us. Okay, Nana one says, okay, so the registration won't be over this week because there is going to be a 4-day mob exercise. But Nana, you should know also that easy na can say enye baby na mob exercise no ebeko enti momfa eno so enka adwendwene ho wo baby a edintro na duru so a pacho koneko twere odin. Don't wait for mob up exercise ebia now area ho no mo enye bi. Nana, the NIA is just not ready to push some of these very common ideas through. If we keep doing what we are doing, in the next 10 years, we will still be having this conversation of identity problems and crisis. We don't trust our own systems because we have chipped the trust away with our own dishonesty as a nation and citizens. Nana Kwesiasa Foje in Kwada so and what do we say? Inko Joseph says, I totally agree with you, the Cardinal, on the NIA officers' presence at the various hospitals to catch them young. JB in Sawem says 4 days to end the voter registration exercise. I will like to commend the EC for their professionalism and to Ghanaians for the comportment. I will plead with the likes of Jenna Mosquito, UTV reporter on the borderlines, who is seen busing foreigners to centers to stop that shameful practice. For more for Nana to do more. And JB and the Efin Sawem by yeah. Nana Okese the Cardinal. The Constitution of Ghana is clear on who is a Ghanaian. Non-Ghanaians can't register and vote here. Simple and short. Regards to Bobo and Prof. Sampine send that one in this morning. Prof, I don't permit us you. The tier for the was a pass on your one that you buy. Yakupon Shrow. Your bomb pass the rather more than an hour to be when you're 2 minutes. I may hear the best of par. Honorable, brother, you do ask you. Your bomb pass second for Omunyao. Juada be anabra. Never boy and Kakranka class.
What text across a Minister and Natural Parliament?
What's it?
I say Minister Secretary, jump from radio to
also himself Belusi. Also himself Belusi in our year.
What's it? Well, Bibi and Yamanasam. Check our new post on election.
Papa.
Or you do or die. Or a service. Or a sacrificial work. And the secretary for Operamusoda. Yankupon Maka. Operating proposal no ba.
We need to any ban back say.
But now rest assured. Rest assured. It shall be done.
And now you're born by my no winning.
Amen.
Never celebrate to a high. But champagne or how. If you are very not a COVID no call.
And
no, when you're baby at night, and you'll be here. I was a four no pay, and I must say, Papa, and can more. Munya adaji eti yen baby amo mo the text messages e ba ye mo amoto yen kra behind the scenes ne ade nyina no yada munyina ase se munya adaji eti yen nyane say da bia anke papa Abusia Major Dr. Faradexin Kennedy Asante Ose Koja Asante Stephen Balfour Isaac Odro Peter Square Pretty Joyce Mami Biama Kwa for na ya konedu ane madamu nyina sese munya adaji tie na no pay Baby a wo wote yanka wo utie yen wo the message ba ye wa ye kan wo de wa bram mama yanka wo de munyina ye da mose Davia ma ene abusuya ni nyina se mama Safo a ye ma utrinkwa happy birthday Davia ma se ye mfa emma mama Safo a abusuya ye frame nana ya okese obetimi aframe the Cardinal Mena me tremo Emma Chairman General Kwame Sefakan enano pay. So we are where's that holiday there? Oh, auntie. Are you any a Founders Day? Founders Day. Vivian J of Ghana Revenue Authority, Legon, Medium Tax Office. Happy birthday to you from your siblings, Bob and our brother Joe.
That is why we be drinking all the beer.
And the rest of the family wishing you well. First one says, kindly wish the following Pastor Kwesi Adumako of the Church of Pentecost at Samankesi area, Peggy Ejiwa Ando of BOD School Elwa, Mrs. Leila Adumako Klu, and Peter Yao Kose. Of Kokrokoo Technical University, happy birthday. Peggy Yamadonko of GTV, wishing all of you well. My name is Nanaya Okese, you can call me the Cardinal. Ano pemi na metre mo ma chairman General Kwame Sefakan. Nyame eya adoma ochna afufida. Ukuada mo beti chairman General enka. Kofi Kombesen is up next. Media radio asum dwe jamu nyina makramo.